Hey there viewers, it's Charlie on Mac again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And oh my god, I have been really excited for this guy ever since it was first revealed. I mean, we're finally getting this design in Studio Series. And keep in mind, Grimlock was like one of the first ever Studio Series figures released. Like what, 6-7 years ago? Oh my god. So to finally have this guy in Studio Series after so long, he just feels overdue at this point. So yeah. So starting off with the box. And this is a big ass box because this is a freaking leader class figure. So of course we've got Prime in both modes here, just staring at you. Of course we've got his name right there. He's from Age of Extinction. It takes 44 steps to transform him. So yeah, really intricate figure. Of course we've got Prime right here. This side we just got more Prime. The back got a picture of him, just wielding the sword. Says what he does in the film. Honestly, I think we could probably do with a new lockdown, maybe like a Voyager class one. I don't know. But anyway, come in both modes, of course. You can hold the sword. He's got a sword that's marked into the arm blades that he had in the first 3 films. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Oh yeah, and I think this is import from Hong Kong, just like my cue, but that was loud. So let's move on to the figure. And of course, he's the Western Star truck that he was in the 4th and 5th films. AKA, in my opinion, the worst films. Such a shame, because the worst films seem to have such the coolest truck design. I mean, seriously, I love this truck mode. Probably a bit biased, because this was the truck mode that was being used around the time that I first got into Transformers, because I started getting into it around the time of The Last Night, but so it's probably just a bit of bias. But of course, we've got the really cool flame design. Of course, full focus. You have the Autobot symbol right there on the grill. It's like a little hood ornament. Put the blacked out windshield right there. Of course, the smokestacks kind of taper off. That's per the truck design in the film. The wheels, again, pinned in. So these are really nice. The back, again, pretty clean looking. And in fact, the truck bed is pretty clean looking too. There's no feet sticking out. And that's because the way the feet transform is actually pretty clever. We can see some diamond plating right there. And of course, put a trailer there, and pretty sure you could put like SSE6's trailer there, although it's kind of awkward, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, I don't think he used a trailer in the film to begin with, so. And besides, that's more for like weapon storage, so. And the underneath, which finally don't have a visible head, so that's nice. But we still have like the little front skirt piece here. But still, it's nice to not have a visible head here for once. Unlike my previous reviews. But yeah, overall, really nice truck mode. And how does it roll? Really nice. Again, pinned wheels always make figures roll better. Oh, careful, don't bump into the phone. Do not bump into my camera. Again, I love how this rolls. I could do this all day. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So let's move on to the accessories. And of course, with this being a leader class, he comes with a metric butt ton of them. So first of all, we got this little swallowable thing. Okay. But of course, that's meant to go with this. This is the sword that he uses. And it's meant to be a sheath for the sword. So yeah. Like, he just plugs into his back, he could just sheath the sword into there. Although, yeah, you could very easily lose this, so be careful. Of course, with the smallest sword, more akin to the arm blades that he had in the first couple of films, you know, like what he used on Bone Crusher, for example. So, yeah. Pretty sure he used this in the film. Like, I'm pretty sure he stabbed Galvatron with this. Like, when he was all, "You have no soul." Might be wrong with pretty like the other sword, I'm not sure. But hey, still a fun inclusion. And of course, the big fuck off shield, which can actually open up, so you technically have some more pieces. Because this is just meant to open up like this. So I can actually get this piece off too, there we go. So it opens like this to form a cannon. Or a Star Trek ship. But there you go, that's the thing that you can do. So yeah. And of course, all of this can store on the vehicle. So for the tiny swords, there's like little pegs in the back wheels that just goes on. So it just goes on. So for the little block that holds the big sword, that just goes on here. The sword itself just feeds through. And the shield just blocks right on top. So yeah, it is weapon storage, but kind of messy, but At least it's not like Q having an entire stick on the side of the car mode. So yeah. And well, that's pretty much it for the truck mode. And well, I could show pictures of the first edition and the actual leader class from back in the day. There are a lot of releases for this guy, so I'm just going to boil it down to the ones that I actually have in person. So, those being the Smash and Change, which I got from a family member. And it's heavily beaten up, like it doesn't even have the arms. So, here's that. And the One Step. So we can see how this design has changed in toy form. Just keep in mind, these two are pretty much like gimmick toys for kids. This is meant to be like a... Well, like almost, this is for collectors. So yeah, obviously I don't have like the first edition or the actual leader class from Age of Extinction. So this is what you're dealing with, sorry. But still, these two are kind of fun fidget toys. Especially because these two just transform in One Step. This is like 44. So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Let's move on to the transformation. First of all, to show what I mean, of course, as I said, these two are both One Step. This is literally called a One Step changer. There we go. And with this one, like, you literally just stand it up. There you go. And of course, it's so tall that you can't even see it, but trust me, it is transformed. And it fell over. But anyway, let's get this guy transformed. And hopefully my stand doesn't fall over. There we go. So we'll just take all of this off. take the tiny sword off. And let's move on with this, because this is actually quite the intricate transformation. It is fun, although the first time it may be confusing, but once you learn it, it's actually kind of fun. So, start off, I'm just going to take these back wheels, just move them down, take these gas canisters, untap them, and just flip them all the way to the back, like so. And then close up the wheels again. So now we've got this. And I'm sure you can notice, yep, those are the feet. The feet form the gas canisters. That's actually kind of clever. I love that step. Like, dude, holy crap. But anyway, next up, we're just going to take this whole top section and just get all that untabbed. Like so. So we have this going on now. I'm just going to split that. And I'll just split the legs as well. So take what was like the little wheel section for the trailer. Just flip that in. This one's a bit trickier because this bit kind of gets in the way. Just trying to flip that in. There we go. Then this has to fold up in a specific way, so I think. In fact, seeing how I'm on camera, I'm forgetting how all this works, which is kind of embarrassing, but there we go. So this just all folds up like so. And that just tabs in. Then the foot spins around and opens up. And that's the leg all done. So I'll just do the same here. So spin the foot around, open that up. And then all this will just fall down to the back. I'll just all tab in. And that's the legs all done. So yeah, already we've got the legs transformed. And yeah, quite a bit of shell going on, but at least it's not full on shell former like the first edition was. Anyway, just going to take this section, move that down. In fact, I think I'm wrong. Yeah, you had to rotate the waist first. So rotate the waist first and then move the little loincloth down. Then let's do the arms. So we just untab the arms from here. Untab the arms from each other and just split them out. Get the arm fully straightened out. Untap the shoulder pad from here and then just rotate this 180 degrees. And with this little flap, that's just going to fold in. There we go. So we'll do the same here. So untap the arm. Just fully fold it like so. Untap the shoulder pad. Rotate this 180 degrees. Take this little flap. Take this flap and just fold it in. And that's the arms done. Split the front wheels. And this whole top section is just going to move out the way. So the front wheels are just going to move down. But if I can get this on camera. So these are just going to move down and tab in. Like so. The tummy's just going to fold outwards. And all this is just going to move down. The side skirts just move out from the front wheel section. So, already he's nearly in robot mode. And this I'm going to have to do off camera. It's going to have to get this back section tabbed in. as well as getting the shoulders fully in to here. There we go. So then just straighten up the arms. Try and get the shoulder pads straightened out. And we're pretty much just nearly done, because all we have now is the backpack. And if you want, you can just take the whole thing off with this mushroom joint. So if you want to do that, then there you go. But all we're going to do is straighten out these doors. So just get them out of the way. This top section is just going to flip out. All this is just going to rotate around. Like so. The grill is going to push in. This is just going to rest here. And then the doors are going to clip into a section on the shoulders. Something actually, there we go. This section is just refusing to move for me. So just try and get these clipped in. I need to quickly check if I've got that lined up. And I think that's it. So here we have Prime in robot mode. And yeah, that's quite an intricate transformation. Like, just the fact that parts like fold up and disappear in the robot mode. Like, the wheels are pretty much just all gone into the robot mode. Like, you can't see them now. But at least a pretty film accurate robot mode, because I mean, in the film, the chest was pretty much mostly grey with just these little red pack sections, and the head only had like hints of blue on it. So yeah. Now, of course, we do have all this in the back, but as I said, if you want, you can remove it via that mushroom joint. So there is that. And of course, looking at the head, well, here he's got the actual face mask on, which, I mean, that might bother some people who want them to be maskless, but, eh. And I think I can remember, before this guy came out, people were suspecting that he was going to have a face switch gimmick, but nope. So, yeah. Still, really nice head sculpt. And of course, we can give him all of his shite. So, like, all this combined can just go on the back. So, like, when you're not using it, all this can just go on the back. And for the tiny swords, well, there's like little clips here that this can just tab into. So, we've got that going on. So, there you go, you can effectively store everything if you don't want to use it. Because before I show the accessories, I do want to mention something. Because I'm pretty sure like when he did first get the sword, like, he got some different arms. And I think this is, like, this figure depicts him with, like, change of arms, if that makes sense. People have to explain this better than I can. But, yeah, this has him, like, the arms here are pretty much like how he appears at the start of the film, I'm pretty sure, like, after getting this mode. Although the weapons, like, the arms change after he gets the weapons, so, Maybe that room in Nemesis Prime is going to have different arms, I don't know. It's probably going to have, like, retooled arms or something, but I don't know. But anyway, enough nitpicking. Let's actually give him the stuff. Oh yeah, the handle can come off as well if you want that. So we'll just leave this block on the back, because that's its only purpose, is to be like a little scabbard thing for the sword. So of course we can just feed this through under here. It's kind of a loose fit though, unfortunately, but So he can hold the sword. And of course the shield can just go on the side here. Or, if I can just get this out of his hand. There's a little bit in this arm, so you can plug the sword in, if I've got this the right way. And of course, I'm on camera, so it's not going to work for me. There we go. So it's like, I'm pretty sure he uses, I think it was like when he was fighting Galvatron. So you can do that, or as the box shows, you can just hold it normally, although, come on, it's one of his arm blades, for God's sake. But I'm just going to have this on the side here. So I'll just have him holding this. And yes, the hands can open. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah. And this guy already looks really, really good. I mean, just look at all the details. Like, of course, you've got the red here for the packs on the arms and the feet on the actual sword itself. On the shield. This guy just looks really good. I mean, briefly bringing in some of the other primes. I mean, you got Smash and Change, who mine doesn't even have the arms. And is wobbly as all hell. Yeah. And of course, got the one step, which pretty sure this is like concept art, but Now, can this guy ride Grimlock? I don't know, I'm not going to try it, but I'm going to go with no. Because I think these guys are on similar size. Grimlock is just a bit bigger, but keep in mind, in the film, Grimlock was gigantic, whereas in Studio Series, he's just like same size as Blackout. So I'm going to go with maybe not. So, unfortunately, they'd have to do like a really gigantic Grimlock for this guy to ride. But still, I'm sure this guy would look really good next to Grimlock, especially with all this detail. I mean, got the gold here, got some really nice detailing on the legs. Some of the recycled detailing from the vehicle. Like, we got the freaking smokestacks on the legs. So, yeah. And of course, as we showed earlier, this can open up. But like, you do have to take these bits off. So, come on, if I can actually do that. This one's not wanting to. This side's not wanting to. Well, I say that, it just flew right off. But yeah, like, you have to take the parts off and just relocate them if you want to open up the shields. But you can do that. So, there's that. So, yeah. And for a full and actual comparison, here's the other AOE primes in my collection right now. Look at the others. I don't know, my currently collecting is just like modern generation stuff, but still. And honestly, seeing these guys together is kind of hilarious. I mean, I'm sure this guy would look a lot better if he actually had his arms, but Because, yeah, Age of Extinction was around the time that the film started doing, like, oh yeah, here's the core line of the actual Transformers, and then here's the kiddie line of all the dumb gimmick stuff. And we're still doing that today. Because, of course, the main line for us is Generations, and currently the kid line's like Cyberworld. check out my friend Keanox's Cyberwall Grimlock review, by the way. It's really good. But anyway, let's just move on to the articulation. So, head, of course, side to side. You can look up and down. So, I'm pretty sure it's on a ball joint. But anyway, of course, he can T-pose. These bits move out the way for that. Oh, come on. If I just take the shield off for this. So yeah, these move out the way for us so he can T-pose. These can also move forward or back, depending on the preference. Elbows are double jointed as per transformation. Bicep rotation. Wrist rotation. On this wrist, it can actually go inwards, although I think on this... nope, on both wrists, they can actually go inwards, which is pretty cool. And the hands can actually open up. Waists can rotate, although unfortunately he's got the same thing with Primer, where it's not just side skirts, it's the entire skirt. So that's kind of unfortunate, but well. But he can kick forward, currently kick back because it is in the way, but he can kick forward. Knees about there. Shoulder at the thigh. Splits about there. Really good ankle pivot. Foot. Well, the foot can close, so if you want to do that, then there you go. And the foot can swivel. So, yeah, this guy is really poseable. Seriously. Like, we got some points of articulation that's normally, like, really rare on Generations figures. Like, foot swivel, hands opening is kind of rare, but, like, I've seen it a few times, like, on Primer. A couple of other Primes have, like, Earthrise and Studio Series 86. But, like, it's not a main thing, but still. And honestly, I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. So, complaints? Well, honestly, like, the complaints... Obviously, like, the skirt thing. Same thing with Primer, to be honest. Where, if you want to turn the waist... Well, you see here. I already went over this in my Primer video, so I'm not going to go over it again here. But further complaints... Honestly, I can't really think of that many. I mean, sure, the arms are inconsistent with the time period of the film. You know, like when he got the sword, he had like actual armor. But I'm sure like Nemesis Prime will rectify that. But I could also maybe mention the back kibble, but like, it is on the mushroom joint. So if you want, you can take it apart if you don't mind parts forming. And for me, I don't really mind it. Like, for me, I'm just blown away with this figure. And honestly, I think this has become one of my favorite figures of the year. Like, it's just really great. Is it better than, like, Leader Class from back in the day? I don't know. I don't have that figure. Although, that one did have, like, a, I guess, unintentional gimmick where if you move the chest down to get the head out, the entire thing would pop up the ball joint. So I guess you can't really beat that. But still... I love this figure. Like, this and the Fallen are some of my favorite figures of this year so far. Like, it's just that amazing. Again, I'm probably just blown away because, I mean, the transformation is really fun, but, I mean, come on, it's Age of Extinction Prime. Keep in mind, Age of Extinction is not a good film, and yet, this design is honestly kind of cool for me for some reason. Again, I'm probably just being really biased because this was the Prime that was being used around the time that I started getting heavily into Transformers. So, I don't know. But anyway, do I recommend this? Absolutely. It's fun to transform. It looks cool in both modes. You get a lot of accessories. And honestly, he looks just really cool no matter what you do with him. Whether he's standing still or posing, he looks amazing. So, I absolutely recommend this guy. So, this has been my review on Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.